Welcome, light beings. Hello, lovelies. How are we all? Interesting energies coming through here. Um, again, it's always interesting. So many things just want to be said. Welcome to Heart Activation. I'm so excited to be able to share this sacred space with you. And in this space, we look into current situations that the collective may be experiencing, that you may be experiencing individually. And we take a look into those and we get deeper insight, clarity, perspective shift, and integrate any fragmented energies that may come up. And yes, so welcome. If you feel guided to share, subscribe, like, or comment any interactions on the channel, it really helps for the content to be able to circulate around to people who may need to hear this upon their awakening path. So today I am doing something a little different. Interesting how this is boop. Today I'm doing something a little different. I've been guided to, I've been working on this inner child course, and upon working on this inner child course, I'm also guided to bring in inner child connections, inner child healing. And so you may have heard this, you may have heard about inner child healing or shadow work. And really what this means is how we are in relationships today. We tend to make decisions from our unconscious mind. And when we dive into our past, into our beliefs, into our programming systems, into constructs that were put on us from birth, we are able to deconstruct some of the things that we were told that are not true for us. We are able to see how, and I don't want to sound like I'm not putting anybody down, because all anybody did was taught us what they knew, because that's what their parents only knew. And so when we are able to awaken these unconscious patterns and behaviors, we're able to change them. And so as a child, we have people think that, that they have no trauma. And really, when we look at trauma, it's really, what trauma is when we have an over emotional situation, and it could be anything. Everybody experiences everything differently. And so this could be a negligent parent, an emotionally absent parent. It could be, that's how we learn our attachments in relationships, is from our parents. How our parents nurtured us is how we learn to be connected to people. And we have been unaware of this up until now, and hopefully more of this keeps coming to light. And so when we look into our inner child, it's really about, like, how do we want to be there for our inner self? What ways can we nurture, love, and harness the purity of ourselves, and see that we are divine creatures and that we were not born with sin? I mean, so there's so much religion that tells us that we need to be washed away of everything dirty, that we were born dirty, and that's not true. Like, it's just not true. That's not a loving God. That isn't a loving source. And so we really, in order to start healing relationships and break down how we've always been, it starts at the very beginning of our lives. at least this time around. And that's the other thing too, is like, you know, in our DNA, we are able, we carry the lineage, the traumatic, the trauma in our ancestors. That's all in our DNA. That is like part, that is part of what we're learning how to change. Okay, so there's a little bit of an explanation of why I feel that this is an important reading to start to integrate into my channel, and also to start offering this through my services, and also more information on Inner Child course will be coming. Hummingbird, cheer up. Okay. So with the purity, with the divine essence of children, the divine play, what I feel is like really tapping into, well, just that, the essence of us as a little one. And so when I see like the hummingbird, this is like what our inner child is wanting us to pay attention to, like to cheer up. To cheer up. Like, what could that mean for you? Like, what do you feel and sense when you look at this card? When I look and see hummingbirds, what I feel and sense is just the magic and the wonder of how those birds can have those little wings flap so dang fast. When we really tap into seeing everything as if we're seeing it for the first time, the world becomes magical again. We are able to, when we, I don't know, the world has taught us to be jagged, tough, to be hard, and that only the big things are the special things. And it's quite the opposite, actually. So when I see the hummingbird, honestly, instantly in my reality, it is a very wondrous moment. Because we don't see them that much in the northern hemisphere here, at least in the northern Midwest, and B, because they're just like they are one of the like most miraculous little, they're just so freaking cool. So the hummingbird is bringing in a message for us to look at everything around us and to know that divine play, to cheer up, to be lighter. And now what is also coming to my attention is like, though, actually, when I was younger, it was always like, it's actually quite the opposite, right? Like, to validate our feelings is really important. And so the message here of cheer up, if I'm looking at the shadow side of this, like, what is this actually telling us? Like, yes, the hummingbird, yes, these little miraculous things are amazing. And also, we were taught to that being happy was the goal, which, right, I guess, is there a goal? Maybe. But that being happy was the only place that needed to be. Like, if you felt anything other than cheery, it was like, oh, well, how can I make that better? How can I make you feel better? How can, like, to coddle and take away the pain? Cheer up. Like, in actuality, it's okay to just be. So I'm actually kind of triggered by this. because of all of those things that I had just said. And it's not like one or the other. It's all of that for us. I want to see what the book actually has to say here, because I'm sure it's a completely different, and that's okay, because it's like I'm not really sure how this is going to go. Oh, look at this. This is so good. Okay. There are days when you'll find yourself in a bad mood or just feeling kind of cranky, and nothing seems to make you feel better. The first thing you should always do is check to see if you're wearing your HAT, HAT. In other words, hungry, angry, or tired. If any of these are true, do what you can to take care of these first. Doing so will help you get out of a bad mood. Get some good, nutritious food if you're hungry. Talk to someone about your anger if that's the case, or get some rest if you're tired. Take care of what you need first, then try smiling and focusing on all the good things that are in your life. It's amazing how when you smile at others, they will usually smile back. You will feel a little bit better, and that might make you feel happy and cheerful. So that is beautiful. Also, it says if you're in a bad mood, talk with a family member or friend about what is going on with you. So it is, right? Like I feel most of the time growing up, we weren't really taught how to express like our true feelings, and now that's why we have like feeling wheels and in classrooms, and why we teach like, okay, what is this feeling that is going on, and also underneath all of that, like, are our basic needs met? Because hot damn, like that in itself, like people really do neglect that with themselves, like to keep pressing forward, especially like if you are an entrepreneur, if you are like a hard working business person, like skipping sleep to get your work done, skipping food because you're on a roll, like that happens without question. Like nobody bats an eye at that. And really, like that is our basic need for survival. So we were taught like if you're going to make money, if you're going to do like to like you have to sacrifice a lot. And anyways, so basically down to the core of it is getting your basic human needs met, and then above and beyond that, embrace what you're feeling. Embrace what you're feeling, and also it is okay to be upset. Also, it's okay to be there for a little bit. However, to release yourself from that energy is to create a giving to others, like smiling. Like if you, like they said, like smiles are contagious. Smiles are more contagious than yawns. And so when people see you smile, they can't help but smile themselves. And plus it feels good to have other people smile. And so I feel like this is kind of what's bringing in what our inner child is wanting also to tell us, is that learning how to be both, like take care of ourselves and be in a cheerful mood, is part of our mission, right? So if you're a light being and you resonate with me, you resonate that we are like an energy guides. And so I feel that is part of it, is like in order to master our energy, to master our energy, we're able to be way showers for others in this ascension process. Because come 2022, 2023, even 2024, I mean, it's all coming quicker and faster and in different ways that you could never expect. So this is telling us that our inner child is really start at the basics. When all else fails, go to the basics. Get your needs met. The basics. Mission work. Let's see what comes through the Star Child Oracle. Earth Angel. Kindness, sensitivity is strength, higher perspective, and divine abilities. And that's exactly, I feel most of the humans that I connect with, that anybody that connects with this channel is an Earth Angel. There is an amount of I'm just tuning into what is being said right now. Despite the amount of pain and darkness that we have felt, we still want to be there for others. There is the direct amount of darkness that one is able to embody is the exact amount of light that one is able to embody as well. And it actually tenfold is able to emit an intense amount of light when you go through that darkest spots. The light shines even brighter. And so being an earth angel here, it is exactly learning about your abilities in the emotional mastery, learning about your abilities in being able to transmute that for other people. In the kindness that we are able, when we start to nurture our inner child and nurture ourselves and realize that we do matter, it's like we are able to really tap into our divine sensitivity of being an earth angel. And yeah, that we are here for like an important mission. It's okay to be like, yeah, I am meant for more. Like I am meant to bring in a higher love. Let's get one more. Well, we got two more. So, synchronicity and breathing. Opportunities in divine timing, open to change, divine outcomes, ground, feel, sensations, purity, clarity, expression. When we are open to the changing and when we know that we are on our mission, when we are aligned with our highest soul growth, that the universe speaks to us, when we allow the universe to speak to us through synchronicities. It is a way of the universe letting you know that in a confirmation, it speaks through numbers, it speaks through signs, literal signs. So also the magic and the wonder that comes through in the synchronicities, when it's like, if you tried to tell somebody like, I saw my spirit animals when I saw this time and then this happened, it like sounds crazy, right? Like you literally feel like your mind is about to explode because of, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And so when you allow yourself to be in that wow, and that amazement of the divine timing, of the synchronicities, of being in the right place at the right time, it's like you do tap into your inner child amazement, into the magic that you carry. And when we are able to tap into that magical you, it's also, we recognize that each breath is a part of a bigger picture, that each breath is connected to source and to another life force. When we are also taught that when we tense up and we become angry at ourselves, at others, we breathe really shallow. And so in the Western society here, we are taught not really how to breathe properly. When we connect to the breath, a real deep, purposeful, intense breathing, it brings us a sense of calmness. It brings spirit closer to us. It brings us a vulnerability and a strength at the same time. Also, the breath brings in, like, it purifies and also gives us a clarity in our mental space, and also a heart coherence. You know, there is a reason why it's like, take a deep breath. Like, there just serves a purpose in that. So what our inner child is telling us, that yes, like this is all, there's a reason for all of this. Like there is, when you allow yourself to be exactly as you are and nurture and tell your little self that it is all okay, you allow your walls to dissolve and you allow for the magic to happen. And in the magic happening, it is confirmed, clarified, intensified in the synchronicities. Whenever you feel out of centered or out of balance, it is essential for you to really center with your breath. When anything or everything is off balance, it is because you are not at center with your breath. So let me also take a look at what is next. I'm going to pull another card from a different animal oracle here. And I think I'll end it with guidance. Okay, so Spirit, how would you like us to connect to our inner child? Let yourself stand out and be noticed. Like, oh. That just brings up so much here. Wow. And I feel like I'm really in a flow with this type of reading. Let yourself stand out and be noticed. So how this relates, how Spirit is wanting this to come out is like, oh my gosh. How many times were you... This is it. Like, this exactly. This is so much. Like, we have always been afraid of standing out. So that is why we would shush ourselves. That is why we could be angry or upset or sad, because we felt we needed to fit into society in a different way, into a special way. We needed to hide our abilities, or we felt weird, or we felt like we were so sensitive that everything was kind of overwhelming, or maybe it was like hypersensitive. So it was really like very stimulated and, you know, not paying attention in class, or talkative, or, you know, anything. When we have been told to tone it down, it is like, that is all the shit that we are unpacking here. Is like, no, like, not to tone it down. What, to make other people feel comfortable? It's like, this was not what we were created for. We were created, why is this not coming back? There we go. We were created to stand out. There is a reason why we have this unique energetic frequency about us, is for specific reasons. We were born for this. We were born to be the way showers. We were born for all of these things in life. And at the time of growing up, have been told to fit in, that fitting in is what would make us happy. So we're not happy, and so we're taking a look at our inner child and learning how to embrace everything that has made us feel uncomfortable and feel like we're outcasts, and learning how to love all of these qualities that at one time we were told were not important. And so that is what an inner child reading can do. And so let me just take a look into kind of It's time to step forward and stop hiding behind the facades that you've developed over the years. Although these personas have been highly adaptive and have helped you along the way, for which you can be grateful, there's more of you to exchange to the world and is ready to emerge. There's a certain safety and comfort in being inconspicuous and always staying in the background. Yet playing it safe in this way, others don't have the opportunity to get to know who you really are, and you don't get to experience the richness and textures that are possible by participating more fully in life. By remaining in the background, you not only alienate yourself from others, but often end up allowing others to choose for you. Doing so can make you feel like a passive victim of life. People may criticize or judge you, particularly if you're not used to asserting yourself in such a way, or you may judge yourself, which can often be an even harsher sentence. These are most likely risks, but they're actually very minimal. Shed any guilt or shame about coming out with who you are. Wear more colorful clothing, sing, dance, and let others know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. You can do this with grace, dignity, and enthusiasm, and you might even enjoy it. Wow, beautiful light beings. That was really powerful. For me, it was. I'm very curious to hear if how you resonated, if you resonated. And again, I am offering inner child readings, heartactivation.net, be recorded readings. If you would like to do it live, we can absolutely do it live. Again, heartactivation.net. Yes, if you feel guided to share this, and if you feel guided to share this, I greatly appreciate it. Your love and support means so much to me. And let's see, that concludes today. So I love you so much. Until next time.